Hello and welcome to Save with Sazzle. I'm back after being away for a couple of months. I have started a new job. I'm now into month 3 of being with the company, and we have had our second pay. And today I'm going to update you all of where we are, how things are going, and do some cash stuffing. So I should have here £270 cash stuff. So we'll just give that a quick count up and check. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's 200. Let me just separate that so I don't get confused. 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. Okay, brilliant. 270. So, what have I been doing? Well, other than just working, I have been busy. I've been updating Instagram, so if you follow me there, you probably all know how things are going. But I have been trying to, how shall I explain it? Build the budget and stick to it. So I've been trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. So I did a month. I wanted to do a month off camera. I know it's all about documenting that journey, but I will be completely honest, I didn't even know what I was doing half the time. There is so many things that I could have done better and I have learnt from that first month. And now I just feel more comfortable and confident to share it with you all. My biggest downfall was I did not track my spending. The categories were there, it had money in, I did go over, I stayed under, so we were all right at the end of the month still. But I feel if I had tracked, then at least maybe this month I could have thought to myself, well, actually let's allow this category a bit more. So also, first month I had a wage come in, so October was the first official month that I started weekly cash stuffing. It turned out to be a 5-week month, so yeah, that did. But then I suppose if I made that work for my first month, I am feeling quite confident for this 4-week month going forward, and I've already started a sinking fund for week 5 months, which my next one should be January, I believe. I was going to say something else just then. My payday is not at the end of the month as I expected it to be. My payday is the 14th of the month, which is fine. I was quite lucky in the sense that most of my big bills go out after the 15th anyway. So it's just trying to make it marry up so that I'm covering what looks like, well, essentially the first month I had a wage, I was essentially covering a month and a half of bills because I wasn't expecting it. So it's fine. I've got it under control on the budget, which is actually on a spreadsheet. I don't tend to write it down because I find it easier when it's all adding up for me as I go. Right, what else? What other news is there? We'll come to how the saving and sinking funds are going in a second. But first of all, I am incredibly excited that me and my friend managed to get tickets for the big budgeting meetup. So we will be going. So I treated myself to this from Budget with Taryn. So that is something I'm going to start in the new year, I think. Or at least once Christmas budget is complete and I've shut the door on that. So possibly mid-December we might look at starting to add a little bit here and there to that. So I'm super excited about that. And I also got a lovely freebie from Budget with Taryn, and it's a November mini saver. So that'll be ideal for my minis. which I have been carrying on, and we will carry on, and we will do 1 week today. Week 1 today, even. Let me just move those to the side so I don't knock them. Put them there. Okay, and I also have the monthly subscriptions from Dingley Designs. This was October's. I am a month behind just purely because of not realising my payday was halfway through the month. So I have one that we possibly might finish today, so we can start this one, even be it a month late. And then this is November's, which I got about a week and a half ago, so hopefully everybody has already had theirs and seen it. I should have said spoiler alert, sorry. I've got a tickle in my throat and I don't have a drink to hand. Okay, that's fine, we'll manage. Right, let's get on with some stuffing, shall we? So let's bring over this is where I keep my weekly, week 1s, week 2s, etc., just so they're out the way and I don't spend them. Now I haven't used these yet, and I will explain a bit more as I go as to how I sort of work it now. So week 1, I do one big food shop on week 1. Usually this is online and I stock the freezer up, so it's more, it's a bigger chunk of the budget. And this week it was £89. Should have been a bit more, but a couple of things were out of stock, so I got refunded for it, which is fine. We were quite well stocked from last month, so I didn't need to have to go crazy, but it just means that things like the meat, I managed to get them on offer, things like 3 for £10, things like that. So I don't need to stuff anything food-wise for week 1 because that's done. I don't intend to buy any more. So I get £15 a week personal money, and that is, I played with, I think it was 20 last month, and I just felt like maybe I was giving myself a bit too much and just spending it almost for the sake of spending it. So I thought I'd try it with 15 this month, and we'll play about with it for a bit. I'm still getting there. Now fuel, you might be wondering, well, you haven't put any fuel money in. I have made the decision to keep that on my card in the bank, just purely because the job I do, I'm driving around a lot all day, and I really don't want to be carrying lots of cash with me. You know, I park up a lot of the time at people's homes, but sometimes I'm having to park on the street and walk somewhere. So I really didn't want to have to leave the money in the car or have it on my person, etc. So I would rather it, my phone is sort of acts like a little purse at the same time. So I just keep my card there, and I would rather do my, sorry, my fuel that way for now, at least, is working for me. And it also gives me that a bit more, what's the word, comfort, I suppose, just in case I think, well, actually, I have got a really busy week this week. I might need to put a little bit more in, and it sort of just comes out what the leftover buffer would be. Or I would readjust somewhere else, which I can do because I have got a little bit of a buffer going on. But at the moment, what I've set for fuel is £25 a week, and at the moment that seems to be working for me. Unless I obviously do any more driving, then I would possibly have to take it out personal if it was outside of work. But we'll come to that when we come to it. So week 1 is only getting 15, and that is this week, which will come back out in a minute anyway. Week 2, same again, 15 for personal. And we'll also get £40 for food. So there is just me and my husband and our little girl, who is now 19 months old. £40 seems to cover us, I believe. That's how I feel at the moment anyway. Nappies we stocked up a lot on last month, but we do have, I do have a little buffer set aside specifically for nappies and anything she needs. So that doesn't come out of that unless I'm there and I've got the money to do it. So essentially we're putting away 55 a week apart from week 1. So week 3, let's do the same. 40 for food and 15 for spending. This may change each month just purely because of what comes in. I would eventually really like to start playing games with this money, but until I get into a rhythm, I don't feel comfortable trying that just yet. So I'll leave that in there for now, but that is our weekly budget sorted and put to the side. I'll just check you're still filming. Yes, you are. Okay, so that leaves us with some leftovers here, but they're not quite leftovers. I really want to keep doing my minis, definitely. And actually £40 of this is actually my Vinted earnings, which I finally took out. So that is going into challenges. I wanted to update you on our sinking funds and emergency fund. Now, I don't have a great deal of these in low denominations, so I'm just kind of working with what I've got at the moment. So we'll just move our minis out of the way. Let's go to, I want to say it's a month ahead, but I'm probably going to get it wrong. Home insurance. Now we do have, I haven't been updating these, so that doesn't have 20 in anymore. It actually has 50, but I think I've already used the 50 somewhere else. So I really definitely will be looking at getting some more of these. This has 15 in it. I think what I might do actually is just colour them in. At least that way then I will have a better idea of what I've got. So I won't bore you too much with all this. Oh, I did do them in 3s, didn't I? So that means each row is 15 and I have 50. So 30, 45. I haven't got my usual mat down either, so it's a bit, I think it's, this tablecloth is a bit much. What did I just say? 30, 45. Technically we're not quite on the second house yet, so I'll just put half a line through that one. We are very close with that one. It's due in January, but I do believe I'll have it fully funded by the end of next month. Well, next payday, I mean. TV license I pay quarterly at the moment, just because I didn't want something that went out monthly and I couldn't afford it yearly, and I saw they did a quarterly option, so that's what I went for, and at the moment it's working for us. Hopefully I will start saving for annually. Sorry, I couldn't think in colour at the same time then. Oh, this isn't doing very well. You've already gone out the line. Hopefully this is in shot. I haven't actually checked because, oh, almost. I didn't check because I was struggling to remember how I usually set up the camera, if I'm quite honest. I do need to invest in a new tripod, but that is obviously very low on my priority list at the moment, if I'm honest. And I've just done my nails, as I always do. I haven't painted them, but they're short, so I'm not used to them being this short, and I can't seem to... I've got to keep them short for work, so... Bin collection, I just needed a tracker. So I just grabbed this one. Right, bin collection is due in March. I think last year it was about, or just under 70, so I'm aiming for that again. And so far we have 55. So each cake is 5, 15... sorry, I was thinking about something else then. 15, 30, 45, that would only save me 60. So I'm just going to do two boxes up here. And I'm just going to tick them now so we know what we're doing. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. There we go. I know, I'm doing it odd, but I've got so much to catch up on. I didn't want to... I was in two minds whether to just go ahead and do all this as I was going, but I thought, no, these are the kind of things I want to do on camera and show you where we're at compared to where we were. So car insurance, this one isn't going to be due till mid next year, so I'm taking my time with it. We currently have 40. Each one of these is worth 5, so I don't want to scribble all over it. I'm just going to tick it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay, so that's... I'm hoping actually to use some of the challenge money to help build this up, because otherwise I'm... Where I didn't start straight away after the last one came out, I'm technically behind, so I'm relying a little bit on challenges to help fund this, which is fine. That's what they're for, to fund what needs to be funded. Car tax was paid in September. It is only £20 for the year, so I'm not going to be worrying about that until at least the car insurance is paid. MOT and service, I do believe, is also acting as, because the MOT's been now, that was in October, it's also acting as car maintenance. So I do have, I do have 100 in there actually. So each one of these is 10, 40, 80, 120. Okay, that's all right. I was just thinking if I got enough on there to do. So I'm just going to do little ticks because I feel like they're less aggressive than just a cross through it. 80, 90, 100. So I've got 100 in there. I am hoping in the new year that I should have enough to sort out the next... It's not an issue, there's nothing wrong with them as yet, but it was an advisory on the MOT to get done, so hopefully I should be able to do that end of January, February time. Buffer, I haven't decided what I'm doing with buffer yet because I've been focusing on some other bits. Debt, I'm also not doing any more on that until January. If you've been following me on Instagram, you'll see I am in a debt management plan with Step Change, which is the best thing I ever did, but more on that in January. I'm just trying to focus currently on building up the emergency / sinking funds, which are also currently all digital, just because I really don't want that much cash lying around at home. Just checking you're still on. Yep. We'll do sinking funds next. Probably would have been easier to just go with the lineup, but I didn't. This is something I want to start possibly in the new year, but we will see that at the moment. Emergency, I haven't yet ticked anything off, but we do have, and I am going to keep track of this one, we have 150 in the bank, which I'm so pleased with, considering it should have been 200, but we needed new curtains desperately, and I really do mean desperately. I'm going to leave this one out because I want to change the denominations, because at the moment that only saves 200, and that was from when I really did have no money and I thought 200 would be a good buffer. But now that I'm working again, I feel like this needs to be higher. So at the moment we have 150, so I'm going to leave that out actually, so I can change the denominations ready. I'm not too worried about a buffer for the electric and gas at the moment, just purely because the direct debit went up a little bit anyway. So, well, it went up by £50, but it's after a month already. It's already told me I can drop it again, but I don't want to, just because I know it's winter, and I would rather, while I have that money, I would rather put it in there and build it up anyway. Just so that way I don't have to be sat here thinking, it's really cold, I want to put the heating on, but I'm worried about the money. So I would rather, I spent most of last year being like that. I don't want to this year, basically. So that's been one of my goals, was to make sure that that was topped up. Bank buffer, I believe my plan is this is going to come into effect in January also. Fizzy fund, I am a sucker for fizzy drinks, and currently there are none in the house. I do have £10 in here, which might get rinsed, and I will go and get some cans of either Pepsi or Coke, whichever is on offer really. I'm not too fussy. But Lidl is our closest shop, and a lot of the time I get the big packs. I had about 2 weeks ago, I got 30 cans for £9 something. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. Stock up the freezer. We haven't got anything in that. That's one of the ones that will get funded by Minis. Well, all of these ones are getting funded by Minis, except that one. I think it needs to be on the other side. So low priority sinking funds are getting funded by the Minis. This one is for Little Bear. This is just going to top up her savings. At the moment there is £10 in there, which came from Minis. This one saves up 22, but I might just stop it at 20, take it out, put it in her account and start again. Pearls of Wisdom. This one is going to go towards mine and my husband's retirement. So we're going to start putting money in a way into an ISA or something. At the moment it just has 10, which again was funded by Minis. And then this one, I think this is going to actually go into my challenges, because this one I do want to attempt to do every month, just as an extra buffer towards Christmas. So I might actually take that out, because I'm going to forget it's in there, and then I want to start this next month so that I'm not actually finishing it in December. I can be finished with it by November. So I might, even if it's just the 5 I put in next month, at least it's a start. Okay, so on to occasions is the next one that I have actually been putting away into. Again, it's only so this is now fully funded. One of their birthdays is already gone, so the money's already gone out for it. This will be the next one. I have changed the amount I'm going to, I don't need that much, but at the time I just didn't know what to budget. I didn't know what was a good amount, and I've sat down and discussed it with husband, and we've sort of set some budgets, so that isn't the same amount. But if it gets to that, then I can reimburse it into other birthdays. So currently, apparently I did colour this one in. I might not touch it until I've actually redone the numbers, just because I don't know how many I need to colour in. But I actually have £100 put away for her already, so I'm really pleased about that. And whatever is put away after that or left over from that will go into the next birthday, and so on and so on. So I'm really pleased. I'm already ahead of that because her birthday isn't until March. However, I would really like to try and get some in maybe the January sales. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Now my folder is here. Yes, I did get round to changing it. So let's start stuffing some of this away. So I haven't actually got one for self-care because I tried to find it and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I have decided that afternoon tea will be self-care, because to me there is nothing better than an afternoon tea. But this will be things like hairdressers and if I want to get my nails done or my eyebrows done, etc. So this week it is getting, well this month, because I'm trying to do it all at the start of the month, it's getting 10, just as a boost, because I want to try and keep up with my hair appointments at least. So that's £5 each icon, so that's £10 going in, and that's a start. £10 we did not have before for that. So, oh, I've got a ripped £5, that's great, isn't it? Oh dear. Okay, so that's everything for that one for the time being. This is for 2026, so I'm not in a rush just yet. What else do I want to do now? I want to do some oh, hang on, sorry, I just got to reach over and grab it. I want to do some minis. So, oh, I put them back in backwards. That's helpful. So we do £10 a week to minis. So I actually have taken out the whole money for the month, but we're just going to do £10 for this week. And I shall put that in there. I have decided I'm going to go back to a big folder for this because it just causes me so much stress. So yeah, I'll put them in there for now. Now then, let me just make sure that you can see this. These aren't even in the right order, are they? Yes, they are, sorry. Let me just push that back a touch. Hopefully you can see it all. There we go. Okay. Right, I don't think I have much in the way of... I only have one placeholder. So I have been creative and I'm going to use these little bears. I've got 10 of them, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. And it might be a case that I just have to do some jigging around. In an ideal world, we might finish them and I can take it out and life can be a bit easier. But we shall see. I think that's wishful thinking. Right, we've got our 6-sided dice. Get a bit of room going here. I'm trying to leave a gap down the middle. I can roll the dice that way. Okay, here we go. So I know it's Tuesday, but this is Mini Monday. 5. 1. 1. 1. Okay. We'll do what if it gets another one. I think that. Oh no, it needs another one. So if it gets one more, that's finished at least. 6. 6. Do you know, I always have trouble with this purple dice. 1. So I think that might be finished. 2. And our last bear goes to 2. Okay, right, let's have a look. Let's do it from the back. Oh God, these are so stiff. This is exactly, I liked the idea of it at the time, but it's driving me up the wall now, them being so small. Okay, so 2 bears going in. Well, they're not going in, but I'm just going to have to, I'll leave it there for a second, because if I do this one first, actually, I might be able to grab some of the holders out. Let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ding, ding, ding. We've finished with. Can't speak. So let's just double check this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 5 bears. So that is £15 towards birthdays. Oh, fantastic. That's brilliant. So I can use these now, and I will take that 10. Sorry, I should have got a drink. And I shall take this 5 out of here, if it will come out. It went in so well. So there's our 5. I will replace it with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So that is now, oh, I need to put the extra 2 in, don't I? 1, 2. So that replaces those bears there. What's that one for? Oh, Valentine's Day. Oh. I think she's alright. She's got a bit of a cold again. I can just hear her coughing upstairs. 1 second, I'll just go and check on her. Okay, I'm back. She's alright. I just paused it. Okay, so that one's completed. So let's take that to the side. I might actually, while I'm here, go ahead and put in the new one. This is another reason why I'm getting fed up of the small ones, because nothing fits anyway. Let's put the bears away. Right, so that one's all sorted now. We'll put that back in here. Oh, that's the back. Did it round the wrong way last time. Okay, you only got 1. And what's that one saving for? Mother's Day. So you can have 1. Oops. Oh, there's nothing worse when they're not well, is there, little ones? That one didn't get anything this week, I'm afraid. Put them around the right way. Christmas didn't get anything, but I did empty it out the other day, so I'm not too worried. This one is saving 20 from what I've worked out, so it is going to be a slow burner, and that's going to be 2. So there's 2 there. Where have we got to? We finished that one. Let's just do those 2 for now. Okay, so I think we just need another 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so we're halfway on that one. That's not bad. I really enjoy these minis because it does add up so quickly without even sort of realising. And it's just, like I said, it's that little extra buffer to certain things. Putting all the bears away. So this 15 from our completed mini is going to birthdays. And because Little Bear's birthday is almost fully funded, I'm actually tempted to start on the next ones. Just so I'm ahead. Because I've as I say, I've almost finished that. So that one could go in there. And then this tracker saves 80 for people's birthdays in April. So 15, we can't break that down into 4. Helpful. So we'll just do 3.5. That's right, isn't it? 4, 8, 12. Yeah. I know it's not quite half, but I know what I'm doing, I think. So yeah, that's brilliant. Getting ahead even more. So considering that's birthdays in April, we're now looking at. Okay, and as I say, the rest of the money for minis is put away so that I can do it each week, which will keep me not entertained, but, well, yes, entertained. But just make me feel like I'm actually doing something each week, like stuffing something, even if I have already put the money aside. So we have £40 left for challenges. Don't quite know where I want anywhere specific. If I want it to go anywhere specific, it's just having that to put away. So it'd be nicer if I had some smaller denominations here, which I might be able to do. Hang on. No. No. Okay, well, not to worry. What do we need in this? Because this was September, so it would be nice if we could finish it. We need 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So I could... No, I'm not... I'm not going to do it just yet. Oops. Oh, excuse me, I'm sneezing. I'm not going to do that just yet. I really want to try and do some more seasonal, because I keep getting behind on it all the time. So let's have a look, see what we can do. Where did I just put that dice? Oh, put it away. Okay. Right, let's have a look. I might use the bears to help us hold placeholders. 1, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 6 so far. Might do one more roll. 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So that's 9 going in. Hang on, it was 3, 1 and 5. Didn't think about that, did I? Right, 3 is the little hedgehog, 1 is the calendar, and 5 is the leaf. Okay, so that is £9 going in. So if I take this 20, we actually have some change. I can. What have we got? 10. Oh, it's just throwing itself at me. 10, 15, 16, 17. So hang on, I need to do maths now. Oh, I can't. It's late at night, and I always film late at night because it's the only chance I ever get. So we've got 17 already in there, and we want to add 9, 26. So if I put that in and leave the 6, 2, 4, 6. Is that right? Please let me know in the comments if I've bodged that completely. But we were only putting 9 in, and yeah, that's right. I'm fairly confident that's right. Let me know if it's not, but I'm confident. So we are almost halfway there with seasonal now. Let's put that out the way. Doesn't look like it, but it soon adds up really quickly, that one, and it's fun. Okay. What am I doing? Putting it in the wrong way. Right, what else have we got in there to do? Pop of colour, I think I'm going to leave for a little while, just until we've got a bit more change. So I think actually, possibly the sensible thing to do would be to finish Dingley. Dingley subscription, which is unbelievable. So this was September's. What did I say we needed? 5, 10, 15, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. But I have some change. So if I take £1 out and put the 20 in, that should be £30 saved. Along with that change. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that, but that's a very squeaky lorry outside. I don't know if the camera picked that up. Sorry, I was just checking we're still filming after me having to pause it. What am I doing? Oh, it's 30. Okay, what I might do is put that there, and I can use that for some of the games then, can't I? So we have finished another challenge. So that's, we finished another minis, and we have finished Unbelievable, which means I can now pop in Pumpkin Patch. How many have we got? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Ooh, I like the 30. So do I maybe put each one as 2? Yeah, each one is 2 for a total of 30. That's quite alright, I think, because I can do the pounds then. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. Well done, me. I don't know where I'm going to put that just yet. Possibly into, what did I say? Car insurance, most likely. So let's pop Pumpkin Patch into the monthly. Hopefully we might be able to whiz through that a little bit and get ahead, well, not ahead, but onto the right month at least. These two are mine that I designed, and I won't lie, because I've been trying to track everything. I haven't been doing my challenges, so I could possibly do this and just have to do it twice a week, but then I feel like that's cheating a bit. So what I might actually do is put it away into the Christmas folder as a Christmas game. I am half tempted to do another roll on seasonal actually, while we have some change. Just because the other ones are slow burners. Well, they're not slow burners, but I just mean this one I want to get done in time for when winter begins, whenever that is. So what did I do with the dice? What have I done with the dice? I put it away again. At least I'm tidy, if nothing else. Right, 2. 2 is the little squirrel. Let's give it another go. 6. We've done all the 6s. So I could do 2 3s. Yeah, let's just do it like that. I've done all the 5s as well, haven't I? Okay, let's do a 4 and a 2. And that's 6. And let's leave that as that for now, because we've got a few weeks yet, and we've only got small numbers, so I might end up doing 2 rolls. So I'll put that away into here. And then what I will do is, because, oh gosh, I haven't put that away. So the point of my teddy bear picnic well, not the point of it, but my intention of it is that it's the whatever's left over. So I now have £4 left. I don't particularly want to risk anything. I could start pumpkin patch, but I would rather just give this £4. So that's what I'm going to do. So far we've got £24 in there, and we've still got 4 more weeks to go, or at least 4 more goes, because I don't necessarily do it weekly. I would like to try and do it weekly. That would be my goal, as I said, with any leftover change, playing about with personal spending money, etc., shopping money. I'm just not comfortable enough yet to take out the money from what I've put it into, just because I'm still getting used to budgeting. Yeah. So what did I want to do? Oh, I wanted to put that £30 into car insurance, because that is one that if I don't keep on top of, it really is going to, I'm going to fall behind on it. Where are you? Actually, I'm just thinking, because next month it's going to be a bit tighter. Do I just finish? This is due in January. I think I would rather just finish it. Yeah. That would be a weight off my mind. So far I have £50 and I just need 70. So if I put that in there, that's fully funded. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then I can put the £10 towards car insurance still. So let's just tick it off and get it done. So that's saved us £70 and is now fully funded. If it is any more, then I might just have to take it out of emergency fund, but it hasn't been. It was actually a lot less last year, but I made a point of thinking to myself, I need to no, I did read through it, and actually it was all okay. But I think because like we've been with the same people for quite a few years, it's yeah, I don't know, but either way, it all seems above board. It's quite a decent payout. God forbid anything should happen. It is only contents insurance because we rent, so it's not actual home, covering the whole home insurance. I've put that away, and I didn't put the £10 in car insurance. Silly sausage. Okay, so what have I done here? Each one of these is 5. I seem to have... I don't know what I've done there. So if that's what? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So essentially we have finished one of these and started again. So I'm just going to do that quickly now. Oh, where's my doodad? And I'll just quickly do it on here because I don't want to smudge on my nice tablecloth. I'm sorry, I expect you're wobbling like crazy. Right, so that now has 50. So there's 40 in the bank and 10 in here. Is that right? 40. Yeah. Sorry, my brain wasn't working for a second there. So that's that. We've reallocated and I'm happy with it. As I say, I don't want to keep too much in these folders cash-wise. I already feel like there's a lot of cash lying around, and I might, when it comes to the end of the month savings, if I can swap some out and put it into my bank, I will, just because I really don't want to have a huge amount just lying around. But that's just my preference. Was there anything else I needed to do? Oh, I know. Last bit. Paperwork. So, I am trying my hardest to track... where's my pen? To track my spends, because I feel like this is going to help me immensely. Sorry, just checking what we're at. We're all right. So we have started week 1 here, and week 1 Monday was actually a no spend, which I'm happy about. I thought if I do it with these, I got these as a freebie from somebody. It wasn't actually from Ira, but somebody sent them when I bought something else off Vinted. Today, I did go out today and I did buy... I used some of the money from Little Bear because I had to get a few bits for her. So I think it was £5 of that was hers, and that was in Aldi. This pen doesn't work, that's helpful. So that was Aldi. And that was Little Bear. So that was from her fund. It's not her money that I'm not taking out of her savings. It's just what I've put aside to buy nappies, wipes, any food bits, etc. for her. So I spent £5 in Aldi, and then sorry, let me just use the calculator because I know what the total was and I know how much I spent on her. So £13 was Aldi also, but that was out of the remaining food budget from Saturday, when I spent 89 at Iceland, and it was a home delivery because nobody's got time to go out, and I find that if you go out you end up picking more up. So yeah, so that was the remaining budget out of that, and that was just things like fresh veg and stuff like that you can't necessarily get. Well, you can get it, but if you like me, you like to pick it up and see it and make sure it's all right and whatnot. Yeah, so I will just make sure that I am keeping track of everything coming in and going out better. And I also want to try and start meal planning because I feel like that will massively help. Oh, I don't know what I didn't put on there. Sunday I got this week's fuel just because, 25, not 24. I knew I wouldn't have time that day just because of working. So I got it on the Sunday ready to start the week. So it is still out of this week's budget. I just got it a day early. Yeah, that's it. I think that's everything. I don't want to keep you any longer. Please come back next week and we will try and do another mini Monday. I will let you know how this is going, how tracking is going, and hopefully we will stick to our budget. Fingers crossed. Okay, thank you all for watching. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, please do, and I will speak to you all soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.